I believe that Bitcoin is currently in a bull market, but I'm not so sure that we have started the big Bitcoin bull run just yet. Bitcoin has been the best performing asset of the previous decade. It will continue to be the best performing asset, but the value of Bitcoin in today's money, I think, can go to 5 million.
Welcome to the Coin Post. Today we have a very special video, because a simple online conversation on what you think about Bitcoin turned into a full-on interview. And today we have Carl, a trader and blogger, the author of the Moon channel. I'll leave the links to his channel below the video so you can check it out. In this video we are discussing some relevant topics like what are the chances of the Bitcoin price setting a new high? Who makes the most money, traders or holders? Should you buy Bitcoin at the current rate of 10k? And when to expect $100,000 for one Bitcoin and others. The interview is pretty insightful, so get yourselves comfortable. The Bitcoin charts are also welcome because today we're gonna go into both technical and fundamental analysis. And subscribe to our channel, please. Let's dive in. The Moon channel is among the top English cryptocurrency channels specializing in Bitcoin rate analysis. And I would like to know more about the author. Do you position yourself as a trader, blogger, crypto enthusiast, or your own option?
I have my channel called The Moon. It's an English channel, and I also have my Russian channel called The Moon RU or The Moon Ru. And I make one video every day about Bitcoin, about altcoins, about DeFi, about financial markets, and all kinds of monetary policies around the world. Talk about central banks, I talk about interest rates, and all these kind of things. So basically I talk about anything that can be interesting to know for someone who holds Bitcoin or crypto. And I see myself as a trader, I see myself as a blogger, a vlogger, video, and I am for sure a Bitcoin enthusiast, a crypto enthusiast. Some people may call me a Bitcoin maximalist, but I would say that I am maybe partially maximalistic. I'm up to 90%. I hold Bitcoin, but I do hold Ethereum and I hold some other smaller altcoins as well. So I don't only hold Bitcoin.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Everyone is wondering if there's gonna be a much awaited rising market that will drive the Bitcoin price to $20,000 and then a new high. Do you think we are in the new bull market and why?
I believe that Bitcoin is currently in a bull market, but I'm not so sure that we have started the big Bitcoin bull run just yet. We can see on this chart here that Bitcoin is getting a small correction after getting a bigger uptrend here. And the big question is, will Bitcoin be able to break this previous high? There was a high up here at approximately $14,000 back here in July 2019. And I think that when we break this level, then I can say for sure that we are guaranteed in a bull market. Currently, I think that it's not really fair to say that we are in a bear market because Bitcoin is going, first of all, sideways. And also, we have gotten a higher high here compared to this high. We are seemingly creating another higher low here. I think that it looks like Bitcoin is really trying to break up here. And if we bring out the weekly moving averages, and we can take a look at the 20-week, because the 20 weekly moving average is the most important moving average in Bitcoin history. And this is because of the fact that when we are in a bull market, just like back in 2017, Bitcoin was always above this level, getting supported by it. And look at this bear market here. We came below it and then it started to act as resistance in the bear market. Let's take a look at the 20 weekly moving average, this purple line. When we are in a bull market, like back here in 2017, we saw support from it, and essentially in a bull market, this should act as support. Then we broke down below it right here in the bear market and it started to act as resistance. Then we broke down, bounced off of the 200 weekly. You can see how Bitcoin broke above this purple 20 weekly here, which was very, very bullish, indicating that we were in a bull run, in a bull market here, which we clearly were. Bitcoin went from $4,000 approximately all the way up to $14,000 after breaking this moving average. We can also see that right there, when Bitcoin broke it down again, we saw a bear market here for quite some time. It even acted as resistance here. We failed to break back a bit of it. And you can see here, we broke above it, saw a small short uptrend. The question is, if Corona didn't happen, maybe this would have been the beginning of the bull market. But then Corona happened, we saw a huge fall here down to the 200 weekly again, and then we saw another bounce back up. And I think that as long as Bitcoin is above the 20 weekly, we are bullish. As long as Bitcoin is above the 20 weekly, we are in a bull market. So we are in a bull market, but I really need to see Bitcoin break above the $14,000 level here for me to start getting very excited. And I think that as soon as Bitcoin breaks 14,000, at that point, I think 20,000 is going to happen within the next 1 or 2 weeks after we break this very, very key psychological level.
If we consider keeping the upward trend, what are the following price levels and what timeframes? Is it gonna hit 20K by the end of 2020?
Well, I would say that for us to reach 20,000, obviously we're gonna have to reach 14,000 first. But more importantly, we have to break it. I mean, if we get rejected here, then that would be a bad sign because that's exactly what happened back here. And after this rejection, we did actually see or 72% fall. And if we disregard the Corona dump, we did see at least a 53-54% dump here. So we need to not only test this level, but we need to break it. And like I said, if we break it, then I think 20,000 is going to happen very, very soon. So the question becomes rather, when will we break the $14,000 level? And I think if Bitcoin can hold above this 20 weekly moving average here, then the 20 weekly might look something like this. And we will see the Bitcoin price maybe do something like this. And in that case, maybe we could see Bitcoin break above 14,000 before April 2021. And as I told you, if we break or when we break the 14,000, then I think that we're going to see a huge candle. We're going to see a massive move up to 20,000. And this means that somewhere in the middle of 2020. So this means that somewhere in the middle of 2021, I'm very, very confident that we will break $20,000. And after 20,000, we can go very, very, very quickly up to 100,000 all the way up to $400,000 within the next 1.5 years. So I think that it's even possible that Bitcoin could reach $100,000 before the end of next year.
So that's one bold but reasonable prediction. Support this video with your likes. Our guest is doing the best he can, and we're gonna have some pretty interesting topics like the Bitcoin bear scenario, what is the best to trade or invest, the stunning Bitcoin capitalization prediction. But no numbers for now. Watch this video till the end and you'll know everything. Anything is possible on the cryptocurrency market, right? So do you consider the option when the bears take the lead and we drop to $7,000 or even below?
So the bearish scenario, if we break the 20 weekly, then I think that Bitcoin is most likely going to come down and maybe even come all the way down to retest this 200 weekly moving average, this red line. This would be the bearish scenario. I don't think that Bitcoin is ever going to break down below the 200 weekly, or at least not for the next 1, 2, 3 years. But a retest of it would be possible. If Bitcoin were to do this, then we could see a dump of approximately 30%. Personally, I don't believe that this is very likely. But if we do break the 20 weekly, then sadly this could be a possible scenario. So 7,000 is quite possible here if we come down to this level, because the 200 weekly is down there at 7,000. We also have a little bit of previous support here from the $7,000 level right here, as you can see.
Some people say that Bitcoin will never cost $20,000 again, and what happened in December 2017 was one big speculation. Instead, the Bitcoin price will be in the range of $6,000 to $12,000. Can you comment on this?
I think it's obvious that Bitcoin is eventually going to break 20,000. We are seeing central banks printing currency like never before. And when we're seeing this historical amount of currency printing, this is the exact scenario that Bitcoin was created for. So fundamentally, Bitcoin is looking extremely bullish, much more bullish than on a technical level. So Bitcoin fundamentally should break 20,000 very, very soon. I mean, honestly, I think Bitcoin deserves to be way above 100,000 already.
Who's gonna make more money in 2 to 5 years? The one who invests in Bitcoin and waits for the price to reach the next level, or the one who's actively selling?
I think that people that hold Bitcoin will be the biggest winners in the world because Bitcoin has been the best performing asset of the previous decade. It will continue to be the best performing asset of this decade, in my opinion. Traders can make more money than holders if they actively trade and if they know what they're doing. But people that are not experienced tend to lose money when trading. Approximately 80 to 90% of people that trade actually lose money over time. And I think that trading is a very serious occupation. You have to take it very seriously. You have to devote a lot of hours to it, and you have to be prepared to lose money in the beginning to be able to learn from your mistakes. But having proper risk management and learning from other professionals, I think that it's possible to outperform a hodler, but I think that the safest way to make money in Bitcoin is to hold. So that's what I recommend to people. I don't recommend trading to beginners.
In March, Bitcoin collapsed following the stock market. Is there a correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 index? And what should happen to Bitcoin to get rid of this dependency?
Yes, there is a huge correlation between Bitcoin and stocks right now. There is also a big correlation between Bitcoin and gold. So Bitcoin, gold, and stocks, they are all correlated right now. And that is due to the very weird environment we're in. We're seeing money printing getting printed like crazy. We're seeing Corona being a big fearful threat out there. So people are fearful and confused. And I think that's the main reason why we're seeing everything being correlated. But as soon as the dollar starts to collapse, which will happen very soon, then I know that Bitcoin will break away from this correlation eventually. And at that point, I think gold and Bitcoin will be correlated to each other, but stocks and other things, assets, they are not going to behave like Bitcoin or gold, because Bitcoin and gold will go up in value like never before, while everything else will be left behind.
What do you think the Bitcoin price will be during the next moon? 100,000, 200,000, or maybe $1 million? And when is it gonna happen? 2021, 2022, or later?
Well, I think that the Bitcoin price could go very, very high. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be at the title of this video already. I think Bitcoin can go to $5 million per Bitcoin. And the explanation to this is the following. If you look at the currency supply in the world, it is currently valued at $100 trillion. That's all fiat currency in the world. Well, fiat currency is bad money. Bitcoin is good money. And I believe that Bitcoin is the best form of money in the world. And if Bitcoin takes over this whole pool of liquidity, this fiat money pool, then this means that Bitcoin could potentially take over this market cap, and that would put Bitcoin at approximately $5 million per Bitcoin. But obviously at that point, the value of the dollar would be collapsed, so the actual price of one Bitcoin would be approximately maybe $5 quadrillion. But the value of Bitcoin in today's money, I think, can go to 5 million. So we're talking about, well, Bitcoin can do very, very well from here. And you didn't miss the boat yet. Everything, like if you buy Bitcoin below 20,000, you are still buying Bitcoin for very, very cheap. Just so you know that also. And thank you so much for listening to me, guys. I really appreciate the time to be on this amazing channel, Coin Post.
I'm so happy. I really enjoyed this interview, and I hope you also got some answers to the questions that are important to you. Don't forget to leave a comment if you enjoyed this video format, and what's your opinion on what you've heard, for example, about Bitcoin for $5 million. I'll leave the video links to Carl's English channel, so go and subscribe too. I would also appreciate if you could share this video as much as possible on social networks and messengers. It turned out really cool, so the more people see it, the more are gonna join the Bitcoin team. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.